Hey guys, Nick with jiu-jitsu.net. I'm going to show you guys how to counter a Kimura from the top position. Okay. All right. So something that I used to do as a blue belt a lot, and I still do. I love over/under passing. So I like to get in here real tight, guys. Boom, and pass from that position, real tight. It's always been a good position for me. Now, the one thing I ran into as a blue belt a lot was I would get Kimura. What would happen is I would get down in this position here, and especially with a tall guy, I have a hard time shimmying these legs out of the way, so I would take my hand out to push on the knee, and then the guy would sit up with the Kimura, pull me back, boom, he would sit into it, right? So, I either had to stop doing the over-under pass, or I had to figure out a way to get around it, and I chose to figure a way to get around it. So, I don't really remember when it started, but you guys started to go for it. I found a little trick to it, so check this out. What we're going to do is he starts to attack the Kimura. As he does this, I'm going to drive my weight forward, like so my head goes down into his armpit, my neck. Ideally, you want to get your neck and your shoulder up into his armpit, but as long as you're putting some weight forward, you'll be fine. Your hand, is going to come up here to your chest, okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to get a snag on his top arm. So we're here and here, okay? I'm going to drive my shoulder in, bring my top arm up. From here, guys, what you want to do is just take your knee, sit into the hip, and if you notice, I brought my knee closer to his hip, okay, and I'm sitting back. And right now I'm putting torque on this top shoulder, and if I sit back, it's there, he's tapping, okay? Now what's most of the time going to happen is this guy is going to come up with it. And as he comes up with it, right, by bringing our knee in, we got our first hook, I can continue to try to lock this out, or I can come up and take the back position, okay? Give you a different angle, starts with him. So again here, so again, passing the guard, he goes, okay, I drive my weight down, okay, he might even still have the knee in front, that happens, right, okay, drive the shoulder down, hand comes up, switch to the side. Notice I can use my hand if he gets a little close to push. From here, guys, we can get the submission, or, like I said, he's going to turn with it to relieve the pressure off of his arm, and when he does that, boom, come up, take the back. Now, let me give you a couple other scenarios with that, right? Put it back down. So, another position, or another way this might happen, okay, is, let's say that maybe you're stuck in half guard, okay? Stuck in half guard, you're keeping your head down, staying real tight, and he grabs the wrist, okay? And you can use this, one, as a counter, or two, if you get really good with it, you can use it as a bait. So I can say, all right, I'm down here low, just leave it out there for him, he grabs it, let him sit up for it. Once he sits up for it, immediately drive the shoulder down, get the hand tucked, and switch. And again, we're always bringing this leg out here. We're bringing this knee to the hip and sitting back. And especially with the half guard, if he's tight, I need to make sure that my hand pushes on his hip. So that, because if I just sit back like this, he can roll up on top of me, I'm going to be in a bad spot. So, right here, go ahead, sits up with the Kimura, curl it in, driving forward with my neck and my shoulder, curling my arm up to my chest. I'm going to push my hip, switch, or push against his hip, switch. From here, guys, you can pull this leg out, or if he tries to kick out and come up top again, boom, we've got our hook again. Okay. Last position. Let's just say you're in side control, just past here. Again, the guy gets to the side, maybe he's like working bicep control here, like to defend. He might do this. He gets hold of the wrist. He's like, oh, Kimura, go for it. Boom, drive, curl, sit back to the side, got that submission, comes up, boom. And there's our back. Figure that's a cool little technique you can use to counter the Kimura when you're either maybe passing, if you're in the side control position, maybe the guy just goes for it, or if you are inside of a half guard, and again, you can either use it as a bait if you get really good with the technique, or you can use it as a counter if someone just ends up snagging the arm. Just make sure to keep that head pressure and your shoulder forward, and then make sure to also bring the arm up and then push against the hips and keep space so when you roll back, they don't roll up on top of you. So, thanks guys.